Hi, we're American in Paris with Swonderful at Theatre Lounge Live.
Life has just begun, Jack has found his Jill. Don't know what you've done, but I'm all a-thrill.
How can words express your divine appeal? You can never guess all the love I feel.
From now on, lady, I insist. For me no other girls exist. Wonderful, marvelous, she should care for me. Soulful, nice, paradise, what I love to see. She makes my life so glamorous. You can't blame me for feeling amorous. Oh, it's wonderful, it's marvelous that she should care for me. It's wonderful, it's marvelous, she should care for me. Soulful, nice, it's paradise, it's what I love to see. She makes my life so tingalish. I'll even overlook her English. Oh, it's wonderful, it's marvelous that she should care for me. What the hell are you guys doing in my song? It's my song. Hey, we all must be in love.
Yeah, Jerry's got himself an heiress.
An heiress, no less. And mine's accepted my proposal.
Hey, congratulations.
I didn't even have to make it.
What?
Really? What about you?
Well, yeah, you know, I met someone wonderful. But I ain't telling you bumps who it is. She's made my life so glamorous. You can't blame me for feeling amorous. Oh, it's wonderful, it's marvelous that she should care for me.
Shall we dance or keep on moping? Shall we dance and also run? You better dance with the lady, dance, little man. Dance whenever you can. I got starlight, I got sweet dreams, I got my gal who could ask for anything more. Who could ask for anything more?
Hey guys, welcome back to An American in Paris at Theater Lounge Live with American Theater Wing and LiveU. Guys, happy Bastille Day! Oh my God! That is amazing. And congratulations on 100 performances and an incredible performance just now. What did you guys think on Facebook of the performance? Give us some hearts, some likes, some shares. Share this right now. If you are just tuning in, we're with the cast of An American in Paris who are here live. We're like watching ourselves right now. Do you see?
Wow.
Do you see how meta, right?
Wow, that's
so if you
crazy.
guys have a question, we're here to answer it live right now. We've had so many so far, so let's just dive in. What do you think? All right, so the thing about the show is that there's this amazing love triangle. The relationships in the show are quite scandalous. Tell me a little bit about that in the show.
Who wants to go with that?
Yeah.
I guess I'm kind of stuck a little bit in the middle of it. Yeah, it's not. I feel very lucky that I have 3 guys to choose from. I often think we should lend it to the audience to take their vote at the end of the show of who Lee should actually end up with.
Oh my God. Brought to you by Facebook.
So yeah, Lee's is kind of stuck in the middle, but also Milo in there as well. So we're both after kind of the same guy. But yeah, so it's kind of it's not even a love triangle, it's a love like pentagon because there's like 5 of us involved. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
It's amazing. And there's this, the show is so spectacular. It's so big. If you haven't seen it yet, you must see An American in Paris. The dancing, the projections, the costumes. Tell me a little bit about the bigness of this show, and especially at this theater.
Well, I think that the set really is choreographed in a way, and Bob's design is really kind of, in Chris's world, it kind of marries really well together. So I think the whole thing kind of comes together with the huge set, because it's huge, it's a big theatre and a big idea to kind of get across.
I think it lends itself to that, actually, this particular production. I don't think you just couldn't do it in a small stage. As daunting, I think, as it is, it's a barn, the Dominion, it's so huge. But this show really lends itself so well to that. And I always look out every night, and it does. It feels like it's just a continuation of our show out there.
What I love about it is the kind of continuation of the artistic nature of Jerry, our lead character, and how the projections kind of emulate what he's sketching in his mind or on a piece of paper. And I kind of love that. That for me was quite magical to watch. Yeah, and like nothing I'd seen before.
It's quite hard when you're on stage not to turn around and just kind of look at it. There's one section it's wonderful actually where the 3 of us are on stage and there's a different projection for all 3 of us. And you can almost forget it's there, but it's behind you and it tells the story. I just want to turn round and look at that,
It's the rebuild as well of Paris, of that sort of, at that time, they were rebuilding the city. And so I think that again lends itself to something, that sketched feel, not quite finished, and draft after draft, and yeah, it's very clever. Bob's a genius.
He's a genius. And I saw the show in Paris and New York and London. I think this is the absolute best version. And Leanne, you've been with it since
I know.
we've been like
I think people are fed up with me by now. They're like, for goodness sake, let someone else have a go.
Genius. I think we had a conversation. It feels like this is your thesis, right? This is like this character well at this point.
I know. I guess in Paris, it was all still very new, singing for the first time. And I got to London, having done the Broadway production, and now in London, I'm like, okay, finally I feel ready. Like now the audience can come in, but it's taken me, it's been learning on the job. It's been an apprenticeship, and I feel like this is, my graduate year, my graduate performance.
Oh my gosh! So there's we have so many comments, and please keep them coming in. If we can't get to all of them now, we'll definitely jump back in. Maybe you guys can jump on too afterwards and fill in some of them. All right. So I really love this one. This one's from Sophie Chapman. Hi, Sophie. What's your favorite number to perform in the show, and why?
Stairway is me. Probably the same as this man here.
Yeah, Stairway.
So if you haven't seen Stairway, why is it amazing?
I think it's unlike anything else in the show. It's a huge, big top hat and tails number with canes and dancing girls with feathers, and it kind of just jumps out at you. I think it's spectacular. Again, the design, almost like the Chrysler Building. There's bits of that, and the lighting, and it's just a spectacle, and it's so much fun to do. I never dreamed I would get to do a role like Henri and to be in a number like that on the West End stage. I feel so lucky every night.
I'm the same. I remember watching it in New York, and obviously Adam has a limp, and I'd got the role, and I was just like, oh, I wonder why they got me in for tap. I'm not too sure about. And then all of a sudden, this thing hits me, and I'm like, oh. And then still at that point, I was like, oh, it's not Adam though. And then he comes, and that was when I was like, yeah, where do I sign?
Well, and you're performing such classic Gershwin tunes. I mean, the music is unbelievable. Some of the best songs in the musical theater canon and music canon of any canon.
Yeah.
Boom. So what's your, what are your favorite songs? Like, I mean, like the ones that are like sort of classic Gershwin to perform. Which ones?
I think, well, maybe dancing to the American Paris Ballet is kind of a huge, like musically is kind of thrilling because it's so epic and so joyous.
Yeah.
And especially like the moment where we start the pas de deux, that moment from the film, I remember that moment so clearly when they go to the silhouette. That, just hearing that, like it's so cool. And I think that's my musically favourite moment,
Yeah.
I think for me, it's our little moment of,
me too.
But Not For Me and Shall We Dance mixed together. And I guess theatrically in that moment as well, it's quite heartbreaking. But the music, God, I could just sit and listen to you. I'm like, oh, do I have to sing at this point? You know, it's just, But Not For Me, I think is one of the best Gershwin music songs ever written.
Yeah.
And I think it's beautifully placed in our show, actually. And it's unexpected to have it there, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I felt exactly the same about But Not. That was always one of my favourite Gershwin songs, even before American in Paris came along. And it's supported by such a fantastic orchestra that we have. It really sounds. They just Steve, who you saw there on the piano, really brings it out of them. So yeah, it's. I love doing that every night.
It's such a physical show, and the dance in this is unprecedented. It's some of the best dancing I've ever seen in any show. Which relates to a question that Christy, I'm not going to butcher your name, but you know who it is, Christy. Pew, pew, pew. What's the most challenging part about being in such a physical show?
I think it's keeping it up and the stamina and being able to do the show every night and keeping your strength and working through injuries. And it's being in class every day. It's a kind of dedication. This company is so dedicated. Like, I've never experienced coming into work and seeing so many people wanting to push their technique every day. And normally you kind of go to warm up and people have a little laugh, have a little chat. But here it's very serious. And I think that's the most important thing for everyone to keep the show in such high standard, is keeping in the best physical shape.
I don't think I've ever worked in a show where I've worked so hard and yet felt so lazy by comparison with some of the stuff that the cast is doing. They work so hard every night, and I'm in awe of everyone on the stage with this, really. Everyone here.
And I don't think people understand, like, there are so many people in the show, but there are so many people that are just that are associated with the show because of just the physicality of it.
We have 12 amazing swings. And
12 swings. Musical theater people.
Right, 12, yeah.
You don't understand.
I know, it's
a lot.
But we need that amount of people just to cover, injuries. And if they're not dancing the huge ballet or the tap in stairway, they're pushing the set around. They don't stop. So having that, the swings they're incredible. Yeah. They save the show.
What about you, Leanne? How have you kept it going this long?
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I mean, it's
muscle memory.
One of the challenges, I think, is swapping the Jerrys. So someone, I have Ashley 6 shows a week, and I
7.
do one show with Max, and then I have one night off. So it's
yeah, you're right.
One night off.
So
if you think you have a hard job, listen up.
So they're very physically different. So it's knowing Ashley's taller, so I have to jump higher. Max his center of gravity is lower, so it's knowing what to expect from each partner, and that can be different strains on your body as well. So it's trying to remind yourself, don't go into automatic pilot. Each partner is different. But that's good in a way because it keeps everything fresh, but also it can be challenging to keep reminding yourself how different they are, and their musicality is different. And yeah, it's a good challenge to have.
If you're just tuning in, we are with the cast of An American in Paris. We are live here at Ronnie Scott's, which is amazing. Ronnie Scott's, guys, thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Amazing,
Very cool.
legendary jazz club. It's fantastic. I'm coming here every night. So and so many great comments coming in. Keep them coming in. Grace Campbell says she's seeing the show tomorrow and she's beyond excited. Say hi to Grace. Jeffrey Hubbard says it's a perfect way to spend an evening. Couldn't agree more. All right, so many, I mean, compliments, so many amazing things. Joanna Reinberg with a really interesting question. What is your pre-show ritual?
You guys have one, right? Or do you have a personal?
I sometimes go into the Ensemble Girls room at like the 5 with my speaker and blast a song and give them a little pre-show show. Okay. And I always have a banana.
We didn't know about this. This is new. This is new to
Facebook Live
you.
I'm going to go.
Can we Facebook Live that? Can we talk to the producers about this later?
Last night it was Rachel Tucker singing Defying Gravity.
Oh.
Yeah.
In your pants.
In my pants.
God.
That's a way to sell tickets if that goes on
Yes.
Facebook Live.
Okay, we're definitely Facebook Live now.
I know where I'll be at the
Stay
5 this
tuned.
evening.
Next Theater Lounge Live. Any others that are cool? I mean, how do you top that? I would say, it's like,
You guys
Really
steaming.
boring, kind of warming up. Yeah. I'm a bit of a creature of habit, so I like to do the same thing, kind of a version of the same thing every night, and yeah, just kind of get ready at the same point. And
I always whack you with one of the baguettes, don't
You
I,
always whack me
David?
with one of the baguettes.
Yeah.
Never knew
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I have to do my opening monologue with my tongue out like this. For the whole time, I have to do the whole monologue like that. That's something that's... You have those things that kind of stick. They start because, I don't know, maybe you're nervous and stuff. You're going into previews and you're like, okay, and then you're like, oh, I'll forget about that one point. And then it's there, it's stuck, and it's done, and it doesn't go.
I have a little weird one. I start the show with a red folder, and every show I have to come downstairs, open it, check I've got 3 pieces of paper in it to write on, check my pen's there, and then I've got bits of music. There's about 10 sheets of music, and every show I make sure that they are all turned up and that the page number is in the bottom left corner of each one. And it doesn't have to be like that, but I do it anyway because it's some kind of ritual that I go, well, I'm just going to do that so then it's all organised and then I can start the show. I'm a bit weird, clearly.
Yeah, that's a little, like OCD there.
Yeah.
It is a little OCD, isn't it?
Yeah,
But I think it's probably superstition or something. I've got to make sure they're all the right
just
way
ask
round.
stage management. If you
Yeah, stage management.
Now we know this. We're going to mess this.
Yeah. Oh, you're screwed.
That's it, Heskey and the team. they're all just-
I love this question from, I hope I don't mess up your name, Alice Buke.
I hope you don't.
If there was an American in Paris sequel, what would you like to see happen to your characters? Which would probably be like Parisian in Bangkok? I mean, like, what would
No, for me, I've actually thought of the sequel.
Oh,
And,
there we go.
it's the Americans go back to America. So basically, Jerry, I mean, come on, Jerry and Lise are never going to last, let's be honest.
It's a holiday right now.
Yeah, exactly. So eventually he comes to his senses, comes back to Milo, and they go, you know, we're done with Paris. Let's go back to New York.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the sequel.
And you'll be back in New York.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be back in New York. I'm obviously big time now.
Yeah. Carnegie Hall,
Got a lot
exactly.
there's a lot of money. There's a lot of writing that goes on. I have this moment though, this Forrest Gump-esque moment, where I think I'm centre stage and I just break into a slow run, and the limp goes. It just disappears. You know what I mean? Out of nowhere, and all of a sudden, I'm just cured because you know
running.
Technology has come so far in the 2-3 years or whatever.
Actually, that's really interesting because Wendy Biggs, hi Wendy, she has a question for you regarding the leg injury. Do you have your legs strapped throughout to keep it straight? Superb acting throughout regardless.
Oh, Wendy! Where is she? Wendy!
That was for everyone.
No, do you know what? Brandon, who played it originally on Broadway and in Paris, had something strapped to his leg, didn't he? And they they tried that with me, and actually it just didn't work for me. So I don't wear anything. I just, again, like our rituals we were just talking about, I think if you just get into show mode and it's there, it's just there. I don't need to worry about it now. But it does, so often it causes problems now and again. People say to me, "Oh, just change the leg." I can't. I mean, I've thought about it. But if there's a show where I just decide to change the leg, it's gonna come see it because it'll be fun. Car crash. Someone told me to put a pebble in my shoe. That was another one. Apparently, a pebble that gives you a real. But that's just painful. So
yeah.
So yeah, no,
like doing stairway with that.
Yeah. So nothing for me.
Well, and this is a great question because I'm with you, River Hassett.
River Hassett.
River.
Yes, he's a big
River, we love you, River.
Hey, River.
Hi, River.
River has an amazing question because I totally agree. For Zoe, what is your favorite costume? Now, if I mean, this woman has the best costumes. Like the dresses and the shoulders and the
turbans. Oh my God, they're coming home with me. Yeah.
It is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you must feel amazing.
$1 million. Like, I've never had a show where, you know, my costumes were made in Paris. These Parisian women came over and doing a wardrobe fitting, and I didn't understand a word they were saying, so they could have been saying I was fat, whatever, I don't care. So I felt fabulous. And I think, favourite one's always really difficult, and I always end up saying my black and rose dress at the very end. And those roses are hand painted onto the skirt. It's incredible the detail that goes into this show, and I'm actually double corseted throughout the show, so like even just like they went to the detail, they wanted all of the lines to be perfect. And I think the one that most people compliment me on is the green dress. So I do adore wearing the green dress, and it's kind of just such a bright and gorgeous color. But the black and rose, I think that's my favorite.
Okay, we have the lovely Joan Bailey, who can't wait to see the show in August, a birthday present from my grandchildren. She will be 83 on the 5th of August.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday!
There we go. That's amazing. Okay, so many amazing questions, comments. Lots of people saying that they've seen the show and they love it. Oh, great, from Anne. She's 16. She's from Japan. Hi, Anne, from Japan.
Hi.
If you recommend the show to my teenage friends, what would you say to them? She wants to tell her friends. What does she say?
It's a night of romantic kind of escapism, with amazing dancing, amazing music.
It's like a musical you've never seen before.
I
It's
truly say
totally
it's something
unique.
that is just not been out there before.
Yeah.
Hand on heart, I can truly say that. It's stunning.
A unique
So,
experience. There you go.
a
Yeah.
unique experience.
I just think it's got something for everybody. I think it's got the most gorgeous choreography. It's got some of the most classic, wonderfully orchestrated music. You know, classic Gershwin songs with a lovely open pit that you can see the orchestra and hear the live sound coming from them. The story has really been fleshed out since the original MGM movie, and there's so much more detail there in the backstory with all of the characters, especially Lee's. And I just think it's got something for everybody. I really do. I challenge anyone to come and not find something they like in it.
And a really attractive cast.
Oh my God.
But it's also hard. It's also I think it's unique because it hasn't something like that hasn't been done before because it's so challenging. And Christopher Wilder and Bob together and all the creative team has created something really quite remarkable. But it's hard. And that goes back to our ensemble and swings and all those sort of because they're our rock and they are they are working tirelessly all through every single day, and you see it. You see that work. It doesn't look like work, which blows my mind. But yeah, that's why it just hasn't been done before.
Well, and before we get to the final question, a little shout out to the fabulous producers. Hi Roy. Hi Stuart. Hi Van. Hi
guys.
Also, the show An American in Paris is the show of the week on TKTS. So come to the booth and get a special offer. Also, kids go free in the month of August for An American in Paris, which is perfect. So you can bring the whole family, and it really is truly a perfect show for the whole family. The kids will be blown away, and they'll want to wear fabulous green dresses and dance around the house. But I want to ask, what are you guys doing for Bastille Day? Like, final question, what's going on? Big Bastille Day plans? What is it?
Well, we're spending it in Paris.
You're staying in Paris the best way.
Yeah, we're gonna drop a big old French flag onto
Yes,
the
on
stage
stage.
for everyone, so everyone can celebrate with us.
I think maybe we could go and have a nice cup of chocolat chaud, couldn't we? We could have a little French hot chocolate
Oh, chocolat chaud.
to celebrate.
something?
That would
Yeah.
be quite nice. Bit of energy before the show.
Oh, yes. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much.
Pleasure.
You're
Thank
brilliant.
you.
And thank you for the song. And thank you all for tuning in to our Facebook Live of Theater Lounge Live. American Theater Wing, shout out LiveU. Go see An American in Paris. I promise you will absolutely just melt and fall in love and want to see it a million times over again. Tune in next week. We have Aladdin here, Theater Lounge Live. Crazy. It's going to be amazing. I'll see you guys soon. All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my gosh. Okay, so definitely macarons.